Hey guys, it's me, Pre, aka that Pokemon Boy, and as you can probably tell from the title, I have an announcement. The Mauville Magnetons have made a trade, and as you can see from your screen here, we're trading away Rotom Heat. Yeah, I imagine some of you will be sad, suicidal, maybe even, to lose a member of the Mauville Magnetons. But fear not, because we have got a replacement that I think is just as good as Rotom Heat, if not better. We'll get to that later, though. The reason I traded away Rotom Heat. Okay, so when I was drafting, this is the initial draft right at the beginning when everyone was drafting. It got to UU round 2, and I realised I didn't have a Volt Switch user on my team. Volt Switch user on my team, and that's something that I wanted and I felt as if was very important. Now, because it was in UU, there was two mons that I saw that could use Volt Switch that I really wanted to get from the tier, right? They were Rotom Heat and Raikou. Now, I wasn't too sure which one I wanted, because Rotom Heat I felt as if was bulkier, but Raikou was definitely faster and it was more offensive. As it turns out, Jet picked Raikou, so it meant that I was, it basically made my job a lot easier just picking Rotom Heat. Now, I wanted this because it could run AV, it could run lefties, it could run Scarf, it could run Specs, offensive, defensive, support, Will-O-Wisp, Pain Split, Dark Pulse as coverage. It can fill a lot of roles, and that's what I wanted in my team. But, like I said, the main reason was Volt Switch, and as it turned out, I ended up afterwards picking up Magneton for Aromatisse. I never actually even used Aromatisse. I think we drafted Saturday night my time, and then Sunday evening my time, I dropped Aromatisse straight away because I no longer wanted it. So, because I picked Magneton, this thing, Rotom Heat, it wasn't as useful anymore because, well, the reason I wanted it was Volt Switch, and now I've got a Volt Switch user that, can also trap the magnets, the steel type, sorry, trap the magnets. It is a magnet, so it can trap steel types. That's important because Rotom Heat, the other positive I had for it was that Overheat could, get rid of steel types that otherwise harm my team. But Magneton does that even better. You're talking about Assault Vest on Rotom Heat, which I have used. Magneton gets Eviolite, so not only do I get to have it on both defenses, I can use any move rather than being stuck to just offensive moves. So, with that in mind, I think I've used Magneton 3 times now, and I've only used Rotom Heat twice, maybe 3 times as well. The point there being that I haven't seen a lot of use for it anymore on my team. So, I basically, from about a week to I realised I wasn't going to use this thing as much. And I tried to trade it away. I think Jets, I wanted Jet, I had an eye on Jet, who coaches the Twin Leaf Tickle. Had an eye on his Pangoro. That didn't work because he wanted to keep Pangoro. I then talked to Connor, who coaches the Pewter Pin Missile. He wanted to keep his Lucario. Ollie, who aka Speedonic, you'll know him as Speedonic, who coaches the Snow Point Shadow Force, he wanted to keep his Infernape. Let me just clarify this point. It wasn't as if I was just going after fighting types. I wanted Pangoro because I like Pangoro. Then he said no, so then I reassessed my options, and I was trying to look for a more versatile but offensive mon. So something like Lucario and Infernape, which can hit on both sides. I can go mixed, I can go physical, special. It's Infernape can go Scarfed, it's very quick, so it could go Banded. Luke has E-Speed, among other things, so, I have a lot of options, but nobody wanted to trade for him. Then, after after Zario's battle with Tops, who's the new guy, he coaches the Cerulean Aquajet. After his battle with him, Zario said, look, he said it to everyone, nobody in my team is not up for trade, so if you have your eye on someone, do let me know. Straight away I said, what's the deal with Yorachi? you know, and he said, what have you got on offer? I said Rotom Heat. He said, well, the thing is, Jirachi is important to me. I don't believe Rotom Heat is of enough value of a Jirachi. Yeah, so, you know, and I can understand if he wants something more premier than Rotom Heat. No disrespect to the Easy Bake Oven. I understand if Zario doesn't want, you know, this for Jirachi. At this point, and this is the end of week 7, I definitely didn't want Rotom Heat, so, you know, I was just trying to get rid of it, basically. I turned to Barry for Hydreigon. He said, nope, I've already got a fire type, so sorry, I don't want your Rotom Heat. I looked to Tops, like I said, the new guy. I wanted his Chestnut, because I thought it might be good to have another physically defensive mon. And also Belly Drum might be useful, you know. He said no. At this point, I had gone to every team but Amir. So at this point, I went to Amir, who coaches the Pastoria Pure Power. I said to him, I notice you've got a Gudra open. Is up for trade? He said, what do you want? You know, what are you offering? I said, Rotom Heat. And we went for it. So I'm glad to announce the newest member of the Mauville Magnetons is Gudra. Why did I pick Gudra? Because it can go Curse. With a base 100 attack, Curse is an option. It's got good HP. Its defense is kind of lackluster at 70. But then 150 for Spadef is brilliant. So it can definitely run a specially defensive set. If I want to go offensive, I can go offensive with 110 and special attack. I could run Specs. I could run Choice Band Gudra or Curse Gudra with this type of attack. I could run AV, give it a lot, you know, make it especially defensive, like put, let's see, put about that much in it maybe. That's a lot, hang on. Sorry guys, put about that much in it and then max out attack. Go modest. Put the rest in HP, you know, something like this maybe. Or what was I going to say? Or I could go fully offensive. You know, push that up. Go Specs. The abilities are really good. Sap Sipper, Hydration, and Gooey, which is slightly gimmicky, but it could be useful if I've got a slower mon that needs to pick up a kill. I can switch Gudra in, sack Gudra on something that will get the speed drop, a physically offensive one that will get the speed drop, and, you know, work it off from there. In terms of moves, it gets, I'll run you guys through the list. Acid Armor is viable to a certain extent, you know, but it's got Aqua Tail, Blizzard, Counter. I probably won't use Blizzard because, you know, Ice Beam's there as well. Like I said, Curse, Draco, Depulse, Dragon Tail, Quake, Facade isn't an option. Well, it is, but it's not that viable. Fire Blast and Flamethrower, depending on how much power I want to do. Focus Blast, Focus Punch. I could run Sub Punch. That is an option. I've got all the HPs. Ice Beam. It gets the very nice Infestation. Why is LinkedIn there? What are you doing there, LinkedIn? I'll just, yeah. Ignore that, guys, if you can. It's got Infestation, like I said, so I can trap things. Muddy Water, Iron Tail to hit fairies. Outrage, Power Whip, all physical, Protect, Rain Dance, Rest. I'm just basically running through everything, aren't I? It's got Sleep Talk, so I could run Rest, Sleep Talk, Curse, and Attack. Sludge Bomb, Sludge Wave, so to hit fairy types. Superpower, T-Bolt as well, so I get perfect Bolt Beam coverage. This thing can run so many sets, and that's why I picked it. So yeah, that's pretty much my only announcement. I know what everyone will be thinking, and that is, but you've already got a specially offensive, kind of bulky dragon type in Latias. And yeah, that's right. I wanted Gudra because Gudra's good, not because I wanted to replace Latias. I'll still be using Latias just as much. You know, I think I've had one game where I haven't used Latias, yeah, and that might just be the case. But with that in mind, I will try to use Gudra. You know, maybe I might even look and say, okay, you know what, I'll drop Gudra. I don't think that would happen, but that might happen. I say that because I've been looking at UU and RU for so long, analysing every single open Pokemon to see how it would fit in my team. And I think, right, this doesn't go just for my team, this goes for everyone's teams. I think everyone now has found a formula that works for them. Everyone. You can look at Jet. He runs a very similar team, week in, week out. He's the best. He's got the best team in the league right now. You look at Barry's team, similar. He's one of the better ones in his conference. I think he's second in his conference, third in the league overall. Zario, same thing goes for him. Even me. You look at my team. Most of the time, I've got Talonflame. I've got Mega Absol. I've got I've got Latias. Superior often comes as well, and then usually it is Hippowdon and Tentacle. I know recently that's been played down, but usually it is. So that's the thing really, that we need to be that's the perspective you need to take with this. And I don't know how well Goodra will fit into that, but I'm hoping it is of some use. But well, yeah, what else can I say apart from that, And for now, guys, I'm still working on a better way to finish my videos.